Hello, everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mystic Raven. All right, guys, so it is back. One of the builds that put me on the map with YouTube. Thousands of Night Blades loved this build. And now, after it was neutered and nerfed into Oblivion by Zos, Molog-Bal has helped me resurrect it, along with viewers and other players, and I do want to thank them for that. So, without any further ado, I bring you the resurrected proc dot and drop build. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. Alright, so we're going to go into the character sheet on the dual wield side. I'm in Cyrodiil, so you're going to go ahead and see that my max magicka is at 10, max health at 21, max stamina is 35.9, almost 36. Stamina recovery is at 1803. And weapon damage is 2907. Weapon crit 50.9. To the left, you're going to go ahead and see all of my points are allocated into my stamina. And I'm using the Dubious Kimura Throne. And I'll be using the Lover. I am a vampire, stage 4. And we'll go to the back bar, to the bow side. And you're going to go ahead and see my max stam dropped slightly, 35.8. Max health went up a little bit, and stamina recovery remains the same, but weapon critical is dropped, and weapon damage is 2303, and you'll notice my crit resist is 2272. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the sets. Okay, we know it, we hate it, it's Viper, it's Velodrath, and a new addition to our party is Sheer Venom. Now, let's get into it piece by piece. Alright, so I have the Vigilant one, which is the Sheer Venom bow. This is going to be sharpened, glyphed with poison damage. What this is going to go ahead and do, for anybody who doesn't know what Sheer Venom is, it gives stamina, weapon damage, weapon damage. When I deal damage with an execute ability, I infect the enemy, dealing 10,654 poison damage over 6 seconds. This effect can occur every 6 seconds. Alright, so keep that in mind. This is ideal. It is sharpened. Okay, Debrazer. This is part of the Viper Sting set. It is the two-handed sword, glyphed with crushers. If you want to go with increase, you can, but here's the big deal. Since Clockwork, it's glyphed with the Nirnhone, increasing my weapon damage by 15%. We all remember Viper. It goes ahead and gives us critical, stamina, critical. When I deal damage with a melee attack, I deal an additional 8,185 poison damage. Now you guys are going to go ahead and say, Mystic, your, isn't activated on the bow side. I'll go ahead and get into that. Trust you and me. Okay, so we're going to be using the Velodrath, as always. This is a big one. For me, a lot of people like to use Celine's as a Nightblade. It's a great set, but this is the only reason I really like the Velodrath. It still has the 1 second delay. Not much I can do about that, but it deals disease damage. Disease is going to go ahead and nerf, and it throws out 3 spores. Now, a lot of people can avoid it, but if they get stunned and they try to break, and you ambush them, usually when you ambush them and you jump on top of them and it gets the proc, it's in their face. They can't really avoid it. They can go ahead and try to break and roll dodge, and if they roll dodge either way, they still have a chance of hitting the other disease ball. Definitely, it's one of the best things I really like about the Velodrath set. So we're going to go ahead and keep it. This one's heavy, infused, ideal. We got the Jacket of Viper, infused, max stamina, ideal. Velodrath, Impauldrons, Impen, max stam, light, keeping the passive for the Undaunted bonus for the 6%, ideal. We have the Belt of Sheer Venom, Impen, max stamina, ideal. Bracers of Sheer Venom, I'm keeping with the Divine because I'm using the Lover, but if you want to go with the Impen, by all means do it. I just like that a little bit of extra penetration. Guards of Sheer Venom, infuse, max stamina, ideal. Boots of Viper, Impen, max stam, ideal. Necklace of Sheer Venom, weapon damage, robust, ideal. Ring of Viper, recovery, robust, ideal. Ring of Viper, weapon damage, robust, ideal. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into our skills, and I'll show you guys the trick. Okay, on the bow side, we're going to have the sheer venom. Okay, so when you take a look at my inventory, and you notice I'm on the bow side, I'm going to have the 5 bonus of the sheer venom with only 4 of the vipers. Okay, now this is kind of important here, and I will go over to champion points after this, because what it's going to go ahead and do is I'm able to use the poison injector to proc the sheer venom. So once again, proc, poison injector, sheer venom applied. Stealth, switch. Okay, I'm going to keep the lethal arrow. Why? It's going to apply the major defile for any tanky or healing targets that might be a little resistant in range. So if I know it and I see the tank and stuff, I'll go ahead, defile them, and that's going to go ahead and reduce their health recovery by 39% in their healing received. Comes in handy. I'm going to be using the shuffle. The shuffle is going to give me the major invasion, increasing dodge chance by 15% for 23 seconds. Each piece of the medium armor ward removes and grants immunity, snares, and immobilizations per 0.5 seconds for each piece. Okay, Relentless Focus. This is my buff. Plus, I can go ahead, do light attacks, activate the Spectral Bow, which deals 15,019 disease damage. This is why I don't use Camouflage Hunter on the side. Just simple, I just use it, you know, buff it up, light attack if I need to activate. But it's going to go ahead and give me that buff for the minor berserk. Okay, Bastia's Ballista, not Bastia, it's late. Ballista. Okay, I use this as a secondary ultimate because then I can go ahead if, you know, I need a backup, hit it. You can use Flawless Dawnbreaker if you want, but I like this. It keeps, you know, keeps certain things at range for me, so it comes in handy. Okay, on the dual wield side, no big surprise how we do the layout here. Now, when I'm on the dual wield side, you're going to go ahead and see now I have the 5-piece of the Viper Sting, right? And I only have 4-piece of the sheer venom, right? Because now when I make the switch, I'm going to get the proc from the injectors applied with sheer venom, stealth, ambush, proc vipers, finish it up. All right, pretty much said and done. Ambush, okay, we're going to flash through, dealing 7,180 physical damage, stunning them for 2 seconds, grants me the Empower buff. We're going to go with the follow-up with the surprise attack. This is why I don't need Sharpen on this, and I'm going to take the Nernholm instead, because it's going to apply the Major Fracture, which reduces their physical damage, the physical resistance by 5,280 for 17.3 seconds. Also, I'm going to be following up. I used to use Impale, but now I'm going to go with the Executioner. Right, so the Executioner is going to be great because it hits faster than the Impale does, or, you know, the Nightblade finisher, which is the Killer's Blade. So we're going to go with the Executioner. Resolving Vigor, we know why I have it. Camouflage Hunter, going to give me that major savagery, and also I'm going to get the passive in the Fighters Guild for the extra 3%. I know I have to unlock this, and I can do it now, but right there. All right, and then of course I have the Incapacitating Strikes. I like the Incapacitating Strikes. Once again, major defile, reducing their healing received and health recovery by 39%, and it's the cheapest ultimate. Plus it adds a stunning effect. It's not going to help if they have the immobilized pots, but once again, you know, love it. It's really cheap. So that's pretty much the skills and the sets. Let's go ahead and go over the champion points real quick. Okay, so we have nothing into the Apprentice. Okay, so this is going to be a little bit different than my Pestilence build because we're not going to be weaving quite often. It's pretty much direct, but we're going to keep Physical Weapon Expert nevertheless at 606 just in case we want to do a follow-up passive in the two-hander. That's very important. If you can get a, you know, animation cancellation with the follow-up, you get that bonus. Master at Arms, 19%. Thermaturge, 19%. None of my sets crit, right? Sets don't crit, don't really care about precise strikes. We're going to get penetrating value at 4,210. Keep in mind I'm using the Lover. Also, we're going to be using Mighty at 13%. This is pretty much standard in most of my PvP builds. Ironclad, 1208. Resistance is 1525. Hardy and Elemental Defender split at 1015. Thick Skin 904. Quick Recovery at 6.17. Warlords at 904. Sprint is at 9.17. I have to chase people quite a bit sometimes. Tenacity, I'm not going to be weaving a lot, so I dropped this. So it's going to be 8.12. I'm going to be using Cloak, so I want a little bit more into the Arcana, especially since I'm in the thick of things. So we're going 6.17. Mooncalf 14. Never go higher. Diminishing returns. Healthy 6.17. You know, I am a vampire. Big one for me is the Befoul 31.09. Tumbling is going to be reduced at 4.32. You can reduce this a little bit more if you don't want that much into Befoul. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, do as you please. And that's pretty much how the champion points are allocated. And this is a pretty nice build. I'm still getting readjusted to working the stand blade back into this. It's been a minute, but I'm loving it. I'm really enjoying it. It's working out. It's procking. It's dotting. And yes, it's dropping. I wanted to bring it back out. People have asked, can we see a reemergence of the proc dot and drop? Here it is for you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it, especially you sick Night Blades. You guys are so evil. Love you guys. If you have any questions or comments, please post below. I'm Mr. Craven, the CSO Daily, and have a nice day.